What is good, my Rags and Fitness people, my Rags and Fitness folks, my Rags and Fitness fam? It's your man Rags back off up in this thing. When I tell him up in it, I'm talking about I'm knee deep, all the way off up in it. For all my weight loss journey people, keep God first. It's very important. Keep your head to the sky. Shake all of the haters off. And for all my Crystal Tide football fans, can I please get a roll, Tide, roll, baby? Hey, man, it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Everything is going the right way, guys. Hey, man, for all of my people that's been subscribed and commenting and liking on Rags videos, man, guys, you got a special place right here off up in the heart of Rags. For all of my people that may be coming by that haven't, liked and commented, subscribed, yeah, hey, man, what you waiting on? Hit the button. And I say, hit it now. I say, hit it good. Hey, man, it's early in the morning and I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited. I was ecstatic last night. I couldn't sleep. It gave me insomnia. I couldn't sleep. And I had to get down here in the office and make a video, right? Talking about that Florida State and that LSU football game. The game of 2023 so far, right? So guys, let's touch on some things real quick. We ain't gonna make this video long, but there's some things we must talk about. So hey, man, if you watch Rags, you know Rags go over sometimes and talk over on CTS Sports Room, right? Make sure you go in, tune in with those guys at CTS Sports Room. And I want you to watch the pick'em that we did. It was me, Mr. Nick Saban Jr., Mr. Icebox, and Rags himself, right? We picked teams and I told them guys, hey man, listen, Florida State, hey man, I'm high on these guys in this game right here. I believe these guys gonna take them down deep down in the waters of Florida and drown them. That old yellow and purple tiger down there in the bayou, down there in Baton Rouge, they not gonna stand a chance against them Florida State Seminoles, because I knew all night long they was gonna be doing, oh. Now you can go and watch that on CTS Sports Room. The video is titled Pick'em, right? Okay, that was a prediction Rags made. No bandwagon, nothing. That's just how I felt. And I also feel that Florida State is going to be a playoff team, right? But with all of that being said, LSU, with all of this stuff that's been going on, you guys can name guys for a mile. You guys get naming. We got Wingo. We got Jayden Daniels. We got Harold Perkins. I don't see how nobody can beat us. I don't see how nobody can. Listen, man. This football game, this thing that we call NCAA college football guy, this ain't got nothing to do with no individual names. This right here got something to do with a team. And Florida State came and they played as a team against you last night and they wiped you out. They was like a Beach Boy. Wipe out! And they wiped you all over the field. They beat you up and down the field. It was close at first, but it was so close because Florida State was kicking themselves in the butt. They had so many penalties. I think LSU might have had one penalty all night long. But Florida State was having so many penalties on themselves last night, man. In one drive, they just killed it. But that goal line stand, you guys couldn't even get in. Mr. Jayden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy candidate himself, deemed by all other LSU fan base, couldn't even pump that ball into that end zone. Being right there at that goal line, man. That's how strong that defense was, and that's how weak that offensive line and that offense was. They didn't have a running game. They didn't have nothing. Now, LSU fan base, I am getting word from a lot of you guys. You guys are already calling for Brian Kelly to be fired. Now, when he got there, you didn't like him. When he beat Alabama, you loved him, and now you're ready to fire him already again. But guess what? His seat is going to get very hot because he's going to get beat by a lot of teams. You want me to tell you the teams he's going to get beat by? Well, here you go. He's going to get beat by Alabama. He's going to get beat by Ole Miss. He's going to get beat by Texas A&M, and he's going to get beat by Arkansas. That's 5 losses. You guys can count on it. LSU, Auburn, and Mississippi State. And I hate to say that about Mississippi State because I like Mississippi State. But this is just the truth, just the way I feel. These guys are going to be fighting for who's going to be that last team over there. Now I believe LSU might be a little bit better than those teams, but They're going to be fighting for who's going to be at the bottom. Somebody's got to be at the bottom of the SEC West, and I believe LSU is going to be fighting to not get in there because I believe Arkansas is going to be better. I believe Ole Miss is going to be better. I believe Texas A&M is going to be better. And who did I say Ole Miss already? Ole Miss, Arkansas, us. You know we're going to beat them. We're going to be number 1 in the West, Alabama, right? And that's the way I feel. Now let me tell you something else, guys. This game right here was supposed to be a neutral site game in Orlando, Florida, Camping World Stadium, right? They played last year at a neutral site, which was in the state of Louisiana, but it was at the Superdome, I think, right down in New Orleans. It wasn't in Baton Rouge, it was in New Orleans. And we all know that, you know, that's still strong LSU territory. But Florida State, they traveled last year, right? They had confidence in their team. They traveled last year. They showed up. It was more of a 50-50 type game last year. They showed up. But let's talk about 2023, man. When they had to go to Camping World Stadium down in Orlando, Florida, man, if you looked in that crowd last night, you might have seen 1 or 2 yellow pieces of garment out there, and most of those was the staff wearing their security stuff that they had going on. They didn't even show up. LSU fans didn't even hardly travel to go to this game. What you expect to happen? Man, all I heard was, oh, all night long. And it echoed through Orlando, Florida. Let me tell you something. I told you that's what they was going to do. They was going to take you down in there. And what they was going to do is, they was going to make you seem like, right? They was going to make it feel like a home game for Florida State. And that's exactly what they did, guys. You got the, excuse me for I was trying to get that commercial off from the back, but it didn't go nowhere. But anyway, guys, it didn't look that good. LSU don't look like the LSU that I was hearing that I was going to get, and I've told everybody before. Rags is not the person that's going to listen to the experts. I don't do it. I'm hard-headed. My mama told me that a long time ago. But guess what? I always choose my own path, my own right, my own thing, and I didn't listen to them guys. I felt it in my heart that Florida State was going to beat LSU, and I've been feeling it ever since the season was over with because I made a video. If you go back on Rag's channel, I made a video all the way back in May stating that Florida State will beat LSU again, and guess what? That's exactly what's happening. They beat them again. Brian Kelly sits over there on that sideline and he just get numb to the pain, right? You can see it. Look at the thumbnail I posted. That's the numbness that he has. He stopped coaching and he just gets numb. He don't know what's going on. He just know that he's got a short leash over there in LSU. And he did good last year. He looked up. He beat an Alabama team that we didn't play to our standards, and we still gave them everything that they wanted. Even with a Alabama team that was penalized so much and so many mistakes, undisciplinary. But hey, you must come to Tuscaloosa this season. You gotta come, and we gotta show you. You gotta take what's yours. You gotta get what's yours, right? You beat us in your home. You gotta come over here and see us. And you gotta take this whipping that you're gonna get, man. Jaden Daniels, man, he had 300 and something yards, but about 70 of those yards was at the end when Florida State just let him throw a long pass and they didn't even really contest it. They just let him do whatever. So really, that was some garbage time yards, man. Really, he was supposed to have like a little bit under 300, like 270, 280, something like that. He threw that one big old pass, man. And, you know, that made his stats. That padded his stats a little bit. But that Heisman Trophy guy, he only threw for 1 touchdown, right? And he was in the red zone several times. Now, what is going on? Is it play calling? What is it? I don't know, guys. But I had to get in here and talk about it because, like I said, I couldn't even sleep last night, man. It's been on my mind. And I really felt good about what Florida State was doing. Now, I told you I picked Florida State to be in the playoffs. Now, I'm an advocate for this 2023 season, and I believe that there's going to be some different teams in the playoffs than what it was last year. I don't believe that one single team, well, maybe Ohio State or Michigan. But this is how I'm going to call it. And a lot of people are going to call me crazy, right? But this is how I'm going to call this playoff, right? I'm going to say it's going to be most definitely Bama's going to be in there, right? I'm going to say Florida State's going to be in there, right? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Oregon's going to be in there from the Pac-12. It's going to be the last little outing they have over there. I believe they're going to be in there. And it's between 3 teams that I believe it could be from the Big Ten. And it's either going to be Michigan or Ohio State, which neither one of those guys really looked good to me. Watching them this past weekend, I'm sorry to say it, they just didn't. A lot of guys gonna say, well, maybe it's because Harbaugh wasn't on the sideline. I don't care. They didn't really look all that impressive to me. At least Ohio State did play Indiana. Georgia didn't look impressive to me at all. I believe Georgia can very well lose 3 games, 2 to 3 games if they play the way that they played. So I'm gonna say this. I believe it's between Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State. That's the factor right there. Penn State. One of those guys are going to slide in. So I'm going to say this. I'm not comfortable in calling one of those guys right now. But I'm going to say this. Alabama, Florida State, Oregon, and then one of those teams down there at number 4 spot or wherever. I'm not really calling out the order right now. But that's what I do believe. And I do believe that Alabama and Florida State going to be number 1 and number 2. But there's one more team that I forgot about. Notre Dame, right? They continue to play it the way that they're playing. They might be a team that's going to make some noise, right? But it's between those 4 teams for that, one of the 4 spots. I feel like when it comes, I'm going out and say I'm going to guarantee that Alabama, Oregon, and Florida State going to be in there. But it's between Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State is going to be the other team. No, I'm not putting no USC in it because I don't believe they're going to be. No, I'm not putting no Colorado in it because they still got a lot to prove. Who else could you name? No, I'm not putting no Texas or Oklahoma in it because Texas is about to get ran out of the stadium when they come to Tuscaloosa this weekend. So no, I'm not putting one of those teams in there. They're going to lose 2 or 3 games themselves. I said what I said, guys, and that's what I believe. Those are going to be the teams. LSU was supposed to be one of those teams. At the beginning of the year, I never believed in them. I believe that they are probably the most overrated team in college football. And now that they've got beaten and people going to see that they're the most overrated, the second most overrated team is going to be those Georgia Bulldogs, right? But they have such an easy schedule that, hey, man, they just going to slide through. But somebody's going to get them that's not supposed to get them, and maybe 2 or 3 teams. But this LSU team is going to most definitely be towards the bottom. I know they're going to come in, they're going to try to crucify me, but I'm telling you the truth. All of these teams are so concerned about Alabama finding a quarterback to the point to where they don't even really have a quarterback the way that they thought they did. Georgia with this Carson Beck guy and Bobo. That Beck and Bobo combination, that's not good. LSU with this Jordan Daniels guy that they thought was going to be the best of the best. He may be okay, but he's not going to be able to lead that team the way that they're calling plays and the stuff that they're doing, and defense not being able to get in there and do the thing, and the offensive line not blocking. It was all over that guy last night in the second half. But hey, guys, that's just my spiel, and I love to talk about it because I picked this game, and I picked Florida State to take you down into those waters of Florida and drown that purple and yellow tiger down there from Baton Rouge, down there from the Bayou. I knew that he would go to Florida and fail miserably, right? So with all that being said, man, I'm opening up the comment section, and I want you to come in and say whatever you want to say, because I know you're going to be angry with me, but don't be angry with me. Be angry at your coach, be angry at your athletic director, and be angry at your players. Because Florida State came out to play, and they beat you by 21 points. 21 skunked you out of there. And it was supposed to be by more than that, but they let you get some garbage time points and stats and all of that. So it made the wide receiver look good. It also made the quarterback look good, but it didn't make your team look no better. Because guess what? You got beat by 3 touchdowns, man. 3 solid touchdowns that you got beat by. So with all of that being said, man, hey, all you LSU fans, you're going to come, but go ahead and subscribe, man, while you're at it, man. You know I love you to death. No, I don't really, but hey, man, I got to get out of here already. Yeah.